bronze prize goes to Juan Puchades, Spain.
Welcome to the beautiful world of Aquascaping. Bienvenidos al precioso mundo del aquascaping. In this video, you're going to learn how I did my last tank, the IAPLC bronze prize. Also, you're going to learn my mistakes, and for sure, you're going to learn my secrets. Please don't follow me. Right? Let's go. That's my tank. That is in my home. How I get the ideas. I got inspiration for 3 different elements. First of all, nature. This is El Algarve in Portugal. This is Cathedral Beach in the north of Spain. Please take a look at both and see how I tried to represent some of the shapes of nature building structures. So, for me, really important, inspiration in nature. Also, I have been inspiration in cathedrals, in human-made, because I really wanted to represent this kind of curves. This was the most challenging element, the curves of my tank. This one, and also that one. Even that one was a bit easier, you will see. And for sure, the great tanks that we have seen in the last year about this theme, cave. I took a friend, also Balas, and we create this scheme with my ideas. Look at it, quite similar, right? We worked to create the atmosphere. This is homing from Vietnam, the drawing. Now that was the atmosphere I wanted to create. I thought about what I wanted before starting. We had this. I know in here I changed it a lot because I thought that was not natural at all. Not at the beginning, but after thinking about it. So I tried to change it a bit, and you have seen it. I tried to do a more darker atmosphere in there. So first, the Hardscape stage, I did hundreds of mistakes that you are not gonna see because I tried it at least 20 times before I find my technique. This is my secret. This is my scaffold. Polyextyrene made it. Cut it with a hot knife. That's the structure. These are 6 different elements that I glued with little stones, little dragon stones to create this snake skin technique to achieve this. Second, looking at it, right? I needed to create something to place my soil because I needed reds in the upper region. The only way it was like this. I didn't find another way. Here you have my secret to place rotala, healthy rotala, not glued rotala, in the upper region. That's me. You know, something still is missing there, right? How I did that effect in both caves with a mirror in the back, inside the tank, but in the back. Some technique that doesn't yet been used. It has been used in the floor, but not in the back, in the rear glass. This one has an angle. This one has another angle. This one is reflection this area. This one is not. Just I wanted some light. You can check it. Look at the difference at the final. Look how different it feels.
I was curious because it feels like you had the mirrors at the beginning and then you maintain the mirrors for the whole process.
For sure.
So how did you maintain a clean mirror? Because I guess it's like the glass that you have to maintain and keep it clean.
If you don't have light, you don't have algae, right?
Yeah.
I keep them without any lights. Now in here you see lights, in here you see lights. But with water, I tried to avoid it. So it was no lighting. It was a dark area. So there were not algae in there. Because to clean it, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare to clean those mirrors. That's why I'm not gonna do it again. But I tried to challenge myself to do it once. But trust me, the snake skin technique is so horrible. It's so hard to do. But finally it's nice because you achieve the curve. But it's silly to spend so much time just to achieve the curve, right? And also in this, I'm sure it's much easier. I've never tried to clean a mirror when it's in the floor. But when it's in there, at the final stage, it's a nightmare. But believe me, just with no light, there almost not be algae. So it was not really difficult. That's it. Planting, first stage, just mosses, almost Ricardia, also some Buthes, some Anubias. And then I got into a dry start method, which is foggy during 1 month. After the Ricardia was in the rock, I do the second stage, thanks to this, to have healthy Rotalas on top. This was 7.5 weeks before. You can check it. This is raw, no edition at all. This is how I see it at home. This is 40 weeks, almost much more mature. It was 15 weeks, sorry for the quality of the photos. And then the final stage. Once I consider the integration between the plants was correct. Once I consider I like it, the mirror effect. Once I had time enough for the plants to hang down. For me, in this moment is when I thought I have the right moment, timing to take the photo. And for sure, trying to take as much care as possible to the little details. This is the final result of my tank. This is my IAPLC 2021 official photo. I've been so lucky, so glad, so honored to achieve the bronze prize, 7th place in the world ranking. And now that you see this, let's talk about my mistakes. First of all, I really wanted to create 2 vanishing points. This was different. Also, I know that judges, they have said it in their comments, it's interesting to have 2 different areas, right? But I really think the effect of the mirror is not impact enough. I should create a bigger area in here. I have the deep, it's okay, but I don't have the impact. Second, I feel I've lost the great elements in this area. It's too shady. I tried to achieve a ray of light feeling in here. I think it's just partially achieved. And for sure, I feel I've lost the great image you can see in the hardscape in here. I should add much more light in here. Other elements I should take in mind for the next time, but believe me, I am not gonna go this technique anyway, too much time. I would need in here some little more free space. The elements are a bit too tall. I will need 3-4 more centimeters, then it will be great and I will have a better reflection and also more neutral area. I think in this tank it's a bit overdone, a bit collapsed.
About the heart shape, was the heart shape intentional? The little light is a heart-shaped light. Was that intentional?
Are we filming?
Yes, we are.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what is that? Black silicone. I didn't sew it. Everything is glued with silicone. It's just hanging silicone. I didn't sew it, and once I finished with my final edition of the photo, some friend of mine told me, "Oh wow, you have created a heart in the..." What a hell! It's not. It's a circle. It's not a heart. And then you can sit here, and yes, it's right. I didn't thought about it. I didn't realize it was there. So it's accidentally for sure. It's not a heart. You look at it. It's in there.
It's good to have these.
And it's not possible to edit it because if not, now it's white. It's in there. Another little mistake, but that kind of mistake is just for people like you that want to analyze it really detail by detail.
And one more short question: what kind of camera you use, and what kind of camera settings?
Yeah, sure. I use Canon. My Canon is 80D. It's not a huge camera, but for me it's more than enough. And I like to use a lens. It's from IRIX, 15 millimeters. It's
50.
15 millimeters.
1.5
it's
wide.
1.5. It's wide angle. This shot was taken with wide angle to achieve a bit more perspective effect.
Frankly, Juan, you are the first aquascaper I know of who tried to draw inspiration from architecture. So do you always look at architecture, buildings, for ideas?
Not at all, but I'm a lover. When I'm traveling around the world, I love to check the structures. I love to check the buildings. I really love to get into a church, into a temple, wherever, right? This tank was gonna be titled Cathedral because I really wanted to recreate that feeling. So for sure, I have been searching for many photos that I took in the past in my trips about cathedrals. It's something that you have to follow. Not at all, but it's like Josh said, he doesn't inspiration nature many times. Something is just some ideas. He has crazy ideas, he's great on that, right? But for me, it was so important to have this feeling when you are on the floor of the cathedral and then to take the look to the top and you say, wow. This is why I'm showing you this, because I don't want to give for me any, I want to show you everything. You know, I don't know how polemic is going to be those techniques. Please tell it to me. I don't mind. I don't mind. But this is about something new. This is about what we can do inside the tank. And please take a look. Where is the camera? You can, with this photo, you can see that the lens is quite low, and then I have an angle to achieve this feeling. Why this feeling? Because I wanted to have that expression that, wow. I know that with this feeling I have lost a bit the curves of the structure, but in any case I really think this was more wet, more submerged, because this is hard to see it as a submerged area if you don't think about the reflection, how the perspective. Also, this is made by water for sure, but when we see this, maybe we can think in cliff, in beach, you know, the mountain arriving to the sea. So that's why I try to make something different to achieve some different elements. My novel things I feel are the way I use the mirror, the way I have the scaffold, and the way I use Rotala, for sure, not Monte Carlo.
Also, you taught me before that it would be wise to cover the top part of the tank to see how much detail you have in the foreground. Can you explain to us how you work on the foreground details?
That is my main focus. I love to create details, I love to create integration, right? And here, there are many different species of Bucephalandra with many different shapes and leaves. Maybe you don't see it, but you find that the shape is not like this, it's not like this one, it's not like this one, it's not like this one, but they all work together. There is balance, it's not unbalanced, right? Also, they are mixed with Cuba. Also, they are mixed with Eleocharis. Also, with some cryptocorynes. You know, that for me it's super important. And also, you have to think on, in here, how is the light? Super strong, right? Even too much. In here, how is the light? Very low, or at least lower. So you have to take that in mind. Which plants are gonna grow nice here? Which plants are gonna grow nice here? Which plants can grow here? I've learned a lot about the immersed status of Rotala with this tank, because you cannot see it, but all up to here, it's like a forest. It's like a great bush of Rotalas immersed. So it was really nice. It's a shame that I don't have a photo here, but if you check my Facebook, you will find some photos almost 1 year ago with this, with all the Rotala bush in immersed status. This is my tank. This is my new ideas. These are my mistakes. I know it can be done much better, but at least I have enjoyed it. And now it's time to say thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much Green Aqua. You give me the chance to be here, and this is the real honor that every aquascaper in the world wants to be here with you all sharing their experience. Maybe I've done many mistakes. I'm sure that everything I have talked with you during these videos, you don't agree in everything, but this is our hobby, and we need to share information between each other. I have learned a lot during these days. I am so glad to be here, and thank you so much for seeing this video. Please subscribe to the Green Aqua channel. If you just push the bell and enjoy it, and watch my 2 previous videos. Thanks so much. See you.